Knowing when to stop and when to skip a statement or an exercise. These two moves can save you a lot of time and also maximize your points on the WU BBE or WU WiSo entrance exams. So, let me explain. Some questions will have statements that don't require you to solve them fully to figure out whether they're true or false. For example, we have this function and they tell you that this function at some point is equal to 2, true or false. You don't really have to solve it and find out where it is equal to 2. You just have to see whether or not it makes sense for it to be equal to 2 at some point. So does the point 2 make it invalid or somehow doesn't exist there? If it's not the case and the function can exist there and it's fine, you don't really have to solve for the actual value where it is equal to 2 for you to say that it's true. Basically, this will save you a lot of time and this will also give you more points quicker. Another example is sometimes you just look at the task and it's very obviously true or false. Another point is skipping and coming back to the difficult tasks later and not being afraid to do so. Because trying to be a perfectionist on an exam will not work, it will actually eat up time and can also eat up those precious points that could have gotten by investing the time that you would be wasting on a task that's annoying to solve in general on other 3 tasks that you could have solved pretty quickly and gotten maximum points there. So for example, at the beginning of the test, you have elementary algebra or inequalities. So the 13 math topics that go in order. And then if you have inequalities or elementary algebra and you see long equations, long inequalities that you know will take you ages to solve, a very smart move to do would be to mark it with a question mark, star, whatever you prefer, and move on. Because these kind of tasks usually take more than the recommended 4 to 6 minutes to solve. And if you get stuck with them and you don't want to allow yourself to move further because they're usually at the beginning of a test, then you can lose time and points. Because imagine you're spending 10 to 15 minutes on a task, you're getting frustrated, you're getting annoyed, you have so much more to go. And it also for the mental part of your performance, because of course, being collected and confident plays a role in getting more points compared to overthinking or being stressed. So yeah, I know it's much easier said than done, but yeah. And then there you start to overthink. And having a bad mood for the rest of the 10 tasks will not get you any further. That is why those tasks, you know, they will take time to solve. You mark them with whatever you prefer. You move on, you come back to it if you have the time. If not, then I would usually advise you to guess all true or all false. But 2026, the multiple choice format is slightly changing, and as per the latest email from WU's Study Service Center, so the admissions office, there's this information. There could be negative points for wrong answers. That is why please be careful with guessing. So as soon as I have more updates regarding the grading scheme, I will post them here. That is why I wanted to share these 2 strategies on how to save time and maximize your points by either knowing when to skip a question or actually maybe a statement in the question, because sometimes a question is pretty nice, but there's one annoying statement and you shouldn't be afraid of just putting a question mark next to it and coming back to it later. Thank you for watching and follow me for more videos on how to perform better on the WU BBE or WU WiSo entrance exams.